welcome to another video. My name is Jack, and today I am going to be celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the Lego Movie, one of my favorite films of all time. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications, and comment down below what are some of your thoughts on the Lego Movie, and if you saw it in the theaters, what are some of your best memories? Let's get into the video. 10 years ago now, for my 6th birthday, I had this big party with all my kindergarten friends where we all went and saw the Lego Movie in the theaters. And when you're just a little kid, seeing funny, fast-paced, and colorful action is just entertaining like nothing else. But this movie stuck with me more than most other kids' movies at the time did, because I was just so invested with Emmett and his story that the scene in the climax where it looks like everything's going wrong and he's stuck in the real world, he sees all his friends losing, and Metalbeard falls off the spaceship and says,
"Ye were a hearty crew, but it be over."
I just remember throwing this huge temper tantrum because I cared so much for these characters. And when it looked like all hope was lost, I didn't want them to lose. And that was sort of really the moment when I realized just the power movies could have over people. I mean, it was like a year later when Han Solo died in Force Awakens that got a similar reaction out of me. But that really the first time where I just totally just lost my crap at a movie was the Lego Movie. And the fact that movies could just have that kind of reaction out of my emotionally unstable 6-year-old self, I think that's why they've sort of stuck with me so much as I've gotten older. And so it was after the Lego Movie, I kind of became interested in becoming a filmmaker. I still am to this day. And so when I was like 7, 8 years old, I started making my own stop motion brick films with the stop motion app on my dad's phone. They obviously weren't very good because I was just a little kid, but I had an absolute blast making them, and it was really cool to show like friends and grandparents and stuff. And then eventually I sort of started doing like my own live action iMovie movies that I'd make with like my friends. But I really think it all started with the Lego Movie, and it's just a really special movie to me that has this huge impact. I just quote and reference this movie on a daily basis, just random inside things. And every once in a while, like when I'm around one of my friends and I'll just say like some really obscure line and one of them will get it, it's just really funny. And so I'm sort of getting the impression that like a lot of sort of younger Gen Z people like myself watched the Lego Movie in theaters and had a lot of great memories from it. And to still watch it older when you can actually appreciate it, you sort of realize what exactly made it so awesome. And the 3 things that I think make the Lego Movie so special is the unique art style, the amazing characters, and its powerful message. Now, this film is directed by Christopher Miller and Phil Lord, a really awesome duo of filmmakers. They did the 21 Jump Street movie with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill, which is just awesome. They did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Then they did the Lego Movie, and because the Lego Movie was such a success, they went on to do Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So they've obviously done some very influential things in the world of animation, and that all really starts here with the Lego Movie. The Lego Movie art style is really unique because it looks like it's live-action Lego stop animation, but really it's just photorealistic CGI animated with Lego elements. So it's animated on a computer, but it really looks like a big stop-motion Lego movie. There had been several official Lego films before, but none of that stuff really respected the charm and limitations of Lego because, like, the characters move their limbs in all sorts of directions, and it's not really Lego guys at that point. They have, like, un-Lego environments. But in Lego Movie, everyone can only move horizontally and vertically like actual Lego people, and it's through those limitations you can find a lot of charm and a lot of opportunities to trigger nostalgia and make awesome jokes. It pays homage to a lot of smaller independent brick films like The Magic Portal and stuff like that, and it just turns it into like a full-length movie, which is just really cool and such an awesome way for Lego to give back to these fans who have really dedicated to their brand for so long. This is a style of animation Lego has owned for a lot of their stuff to this day, so I think that's a really influential aspect of the Lego Movie. Now, a thing about this movie that really clicks with me is the characters. The absolute humor and heart put into every role in this movie is just great, and I'm still kind of kicking myself because there's a lot of these characters I still don't own Legos for that I really wish I had because they're all super duper cool. Metalbeard is a really funny character, really creative concept being a big cyborg pirate. He has some really funny lines. I think Benny is really cool. Charlie Day is just hilarious, and it's neat how the Benny character pays homage to the classic 80s era of space, which I am a huge fan of. Unikitty is hilarious and over the top. I always thought Wild Style was an awesome and badass character. Lord Business, played by Will Ferrell, is just a great villain. Will Arnett is my favorite Batman actor of all time, and it's really crazy that they got like these A-list actors like Liam Neeson and Morgan Freeman to just fill these really funny roles in this animated movie, and it's just great how many awesome performances they had in here. However, I think the best character in this movie is the star of the show, Emmett Brakowski, played by Chris Pratt. Emmett is just the basic, average, ordinary guy who saves the whole universe, showing that everyone is capable of amazing things. He's the nobody who saves everybody. How inspiring is that? The story here is great too, because the fact that they're able to hit you with this twist that none of the events are actually real. It's all just a kid playing with Legos in his dad's basement, and we're kind of inside sort of like the pocket universe of that Lego world, like the kid's imagination. I think that's really cool, but it doesn't take you out of the story like it would under any other circumstance. It comes at the perfect point where you're already knees deep in Emmett's story, so it's just next level smart. It makes the whole thing meta, and it doesn't take you out of the story. What I think the best scene in this movie is, and my personal favorite scene in any movie ever because of all the emotional boxes it checks off, is that scene where Emmett confronts Lord Business and delivers the awesome speech that everybody is special, with the father finally realizing he's been overprotective and giving his son a hug. It's really cool because Emmett offers Lord Business to take his hand. Lord Business shrugs it off, thinks that's kind of ridiculous, but then Emmett tells him to look around and asks him what he sees. Lord Business says,
and a bunch of weird, dorky stuff that ruined my perfectly good stuff.
But Emmett has this rebuttal at that, sort of saying, no, like these are amazing things. These are people taking what you've made and building something new out of it. And it shows all these clips of old Lego commercials and brick films and stuff. And that really highlights the importance of Lego, because sure, there's the instructions you go off when you buy the set, but really when you have like a box of Lego, you can just make whatever you want out of it. And it's in this bit that the father realizes his son being free and creative is just an amazing thing that he shouldn't really put restrictions on. The son sort of explains to him what's happening in the story.
The people are trying to stop President Business from using the Craggle.
And the father asks,
if the construction guy said something to President Business, what would he say?
And Emmett hits us with this awesome gut punch of a speech.
You don't have to be the bad guy. You are the most talented, most interesting, and most extraordinary person in the universe. And you are capable of amazing things because you are the special. And so am I. And so is everyone.
Now this reaches Lord Business's humanity, and that's something I've always sort of found cool, is if a hero can appeal to a villain's emotions instead of just beating them in a fight. But the real reason this speech is awesome is because Emmett's not only talking to President Business, he's talking to everyone in the audience and whoever's watching the movies, telling them that they're amazing people who can accomplish amazing things and that everybody is special. Chris Pratt has always been my hero and one of my personal favorite actors. So as an almost 16-year-old, going back to this scene and sort of hearing him say to me that, like, I can do awesome things and that I'm special is like something important that I take with me every day. And the reason I say this is because I want you all to know that you're awesome people. Anyone watching this video right now, like, you can get the same message out of the Lego movie that I can. We are all capable of doing awesome things. So that's why I really connect with the Lego movie, because it really gives me something important to latch onto. Then Emmett hugs Lord Business in unison with the father hugging his son. And I just love this scene because of the sheer scale and perfection of this one individual moment. And the fact that it's as layered as it is just exposes you to this full cornucopia of emotions. So at face value, the Lego movie is just a big commercial, as most generic product films are. However, this sort of takes the idea of what its project represents, Legos with creativity, individuality, in holding things together and makes a layered, intelligent masterpiece of a movie out of these themes. This movie didn't have to be good to make money. It just had to be a basic kids movie, and it still would have been a parasite for parents' wallets. But the fact that Chris Miller and Phil Lord went that extra mile, told a story that they were passionate about with intelligent humor and a meaningful message, it's forever cemented them as my favorite directors. Hollywood doesn't really make movies like this anymore, but I'm so glad that I was a kid for the era in which they did. In conclusion, everything is awesome, and so is the Lego Movie. This is just a masterpiece of a film. If you haven't seen it in a while, I encourage you to revisit it. And if you haven't seen it at all, I suggest you go watch it because it is just an awesome movie that I really love, and it's better than it has any right to be. This is a video I've really wanted to make for a long time, and I think this was just sort of the perfect opportunity to talk about how good the Lego Movie was. So I had a lot of fun making it, and thank you so much for watching. As always, remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. What did you think of this video? Would you like to see more videos like this? What did you think of the Lego Movie? As always, comment in the section down below. I'll be sure to respond to anything you have to say about this video. Thanks again so much for tuning in. Until next time, YouTube, see you on the flip side.